Welcome back to Real Florida TV. Today our guest is retired Lieutenant Colonel Don Arias from the United States Air Force. Don has an interesting career. He has been a New York firefighter. He has been an Air Force public relations officer. Don is extremely personally connected to the affairs of September 11th, 2001. This is a thought-provoking and very insightful show, and it's one you're not going to want to miss. We'll be right back with more from Real Florida TV. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest today is Don Arias, a retired lieutenant colonel from the United States Air Force. Don, I'm going to let you tell your story, but I have to say that there's so much to talk about. Former New York City firefighter, retired now from the Air Force as public relations officer, and obviously a very personal, very painful connection to 9/11. First of all, thanks for being our guest.
Thanks for having me, Paul. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and your viewers.
Let's start at the beginning. Who is Don Arias? Tell us a little something about your bio in 2 minutes or less.
Well, you know, Paul, I'm a native New Yorker, or at least I was until about the age of 20 when I joined the United States Air Force. And, you know, through just a comedy of errors of growing up, I found myself in Bay County, Florida, and I retired there in June of 2008. And we've made Florida our home, so we enjoy living here. You know, my personal connection to 9/11 is that, you know, as we discussed earlier, you may know, it's a painful connection. You know, my younger brother Adam was killed on 9/11, and I was an Air Force officer working in a NORAD exercise on 9/11. And since then, you know, I've taken a really keen interest in what's going on with these trials at Guantanamo Bay, the issue of bringing Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and other 9/11 co-conspirators into federal court, and just a general disposition of what we used to call the global war on terror.
And once again, there's so much to talk about. But let's back up. You took a short break from the Air Force, is that correct, to serve as a firefighter in New York? How did that work?
I did. I was in the Air Force, and I got out. I took the fireman's exam, got hired as a firefighter, was a fireman for several years in Brooklyn and then in Manhattan. And it was just a great experience. And I was a reservist that whole time. I went into the reserve. So I stayed active. You know, I kept my foot in the Air Force at all times.